Scorpio, my friends, I felt very guided to get on here with you. I think something important is going to come through. That was the feeling. Before we get into this, I would like to set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. For some of you, there is a feeling of being exactly where you are meant to be when it comes to your job. It's like you feel happy doing what you're doing, you feel proud of the role that you're playing, and maybe you're even figuring out the next steps to take. It's like I feel really satisfied within the position that I'm in, and maybe even at a point where you're at a crossroads and you're like, well, what's next for me? This is also too feeling like you found what it is that you're meant to be doing, and like feeling really confident in that, feeling again like you're in the right place. For some of you, there may be some people that want to get together with you, but I'm not sure if you're going to be participating in this for whatever reason. Like maybe you feel like it's going to deter you from where you're going. It's like I'm seeing someone maybe even had reached out to you and wanted to get together, like some type of reunion. Like I'm seeing this be someone you already know wanting to hang out, but I'm seeing you be very concerned with where it is that you're going. It's kind of like maybe even picking between being around someone versus stepping into a new chapter, but one you know that you're intuitively being guided into. There's also a sense here of working through things on the mental health front. It's like maybe even working through some anxiety that you're feeling. You could have even felt like there was something that you wanted to pursue, but you were feeling a bit anxious maybe, and this is something that you're working through right now. It's like trying to figure out where exactly you were being held back, especially what was kind of derailing you when it came to your happiness, also the ways that you wanted to express yourself authentically. I'm seeing you putting in a lot of work when it comes to your job and what it is that you're doing. I'm getting a really determined energy. I also keep feeling like different areas of my body like kind of clenching and tightening. Like you may be like holding tension within your body, and this is something that you may want to be aware of to make sure that you're breathing and relaxing your muscles. Like you may be tensing up at times and not realizing it. And this can also cause soreness as well. It's like when you're holding tension for long periods of time, it's kind of like working out that muscle in a way. And so like reminding yourself, like being present within your body and being like, okay, like I'm relaxing my arms right now, or I'm unballing my fists. Things like that. Yeah, I'm seeing that you may be working with someone, and it's like you may be feeling kind of somewhat anxious, or maybe even in your head when you're talking to this person. Maybe trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Maybe also where this person stands. There's a sense of needing to understand whatever this is, where you're interacting with this individual. For some of you, this is in a work setting. For others of you, this can be you hanging out with someone in your personal life. There's a sense of needing to understand things from a different perspective. It's like maybe even a more zoomed out perspective. Yeah, I'm seeing something going on with the element of somebody maybe even entering into your life in a way, and it's like you're trying to gain clarity on what exactly, like, what does this mean? Who is this person? Like, what am I meant to be to them? What are they going to mean to me? But this is about, I'm seeing this is where the Hanged Man comes into the scene. This is about understanding that things do not need to go a certain way. And if we have an agenda, sometimes it skews what the connection is authentically meant to be and meant to fulfill. And so this is about kind of hands off and being like, I'm going to ride this out and let this like unfold in the way that it's meant to. And this is also about, because Scorpio, you know, sometimes we want to get to the bottom of it and be like, well, what does this mean? Why is this happening? Like, what is this all here for anyway? Like, I must have met them for a reason. Like, what is this connection going to turn out to? Do they like me? Do I like them? It's like you want to get all the way to the bottom of this, but this is kind of about releasing control in that way, practicing temperance, especially when it comes to your need to find things out here. See, it's like slow your roll. There's a sense of needing to wait and again allow things to unfold, because I'm seeing a really beautiful connection that you have with someone here. And this is about intuitively going through this process and allowing the unfolding of this manifestation to happen. Because I'm seeing for sure the connection you have with this person is a manifestation that is unfolding. And I'm getting that, like, this becomes more and more clear to you. I'm hearing every day. It's like something that makes more and more sense to you. And it's about, I'm hearing protecting the relationship with this person, where it's like, maybe you feel like you don't need to go shout it out to everybody. Maybe this is something more low-key even. And maybe this is also about allowing something to follow its natural path, its natural course in relation to what exactly it's going to turn into. And like really, really reining in that impulsivity when it comes to needing to know exactly what this is and why this is happening and what it's going to be and all of that. This is about being present in the moment and releasing any sort of agenda you have and the need to know. So it's like just going through this and allowing it to unravel as it's meant to. Because it's like, I'm seeing this may be difficult because intuitively you know that this holds some type of significant meaning to you in meeting this person, but there's also a need to slow down when it comes to needing to define everything and put it into all these categories. It's like you need to naturally allow this to take the shape that it will, so you are not like messing with the integrity of what this is meant to be, the connection that you have with this person. Seeing you be all caught up in your head here. It's like you feel maybe a bit anxious, maybe feeling conflicted, and then you're also like, well, why am I in my head about this? And then you feel conflicted because you're in your head about it. It's like this cycle that we're going through, Scorpio. But it's like you focusing, maybe also you feel like taking, like having some sort of balance when it comes to you focusing on your job and also somehow tending to this relationship, because you're not just all focusing on one thing. It's allowing you to like remain balanced within your life right now. Because, you know, sometimes when we get into things, we obsess over them, and it's like we turn into a detective and we want to know everything that's going on there. Believe me, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, I understand. And this is about allowing something to unfold and not needing to figure everything out at once. It's like, you know, too, you have to trust your guides that if there's something you need to know, you are open to it, you're going to receive the messages, okay? So this is about allowing things to happen at the pace that you feel comfortable with and not speeding through to the end of figuring it all out. It's about releasing that sense of needing to have the control. A lesson that we are learning. I'm seeing that we're going to be getting to the end of whatever it is that has had you feeling conflicted and just like really caught up in your head. You know what? This is also a sense of when we get into future thinking, like it can really breed anxiety because it's like, I don't know. This is like starting to date somebody and you get into some type of It's like you've been dating for a week and you're getting into an argument about like what school your kid is going to go to, and it's like you don't even have kids yet, like you're not even at that point, and it's like that's going to end the whole relationship there because you had a hypothetical conversation. So this is about bringing everything back. Just an example, this is about bringing everything back to the present, to the moment, and like dealing with things as they come, and again not needing to solve everything, because it's like if you really want to get into that, you're going to be doing it forever because it's endless when it comes to the possibilities. And this is about like enjoying the ride right now. I'm hearing trademark. What is going to happen in the unfolding of this relationship? Because I'm seeing something that is like becoming more and more serious maybe as time goes by. I'm getting this feeling almost like you meet someone and you feel very connected with them, okay? But there also may be a sense of like you not understanding everything about this person and needing to be okay with moving through that process naturally and deciding. It's like, it's almost like you get to these checkpoints. I'm kind of seeing you like traveling up a mountain here, Scorpio. So it's like you're conversing with the guides, and I'm seeing you like be in this meditative state, and it's like now something is going to come through because there's action being taken, right? It's like you meet with this person and it's like, okay, cool, you have chemistry with them, so like you get to continue up the mountain, and it's like you take this person's hand and you're walking with them up the mountain and you already know that you have things in common with them. So now it's like, okay, well, we have good chemistry, we get along pretty well, so then like what does this all mean? So then it's about like the natural progression of like defining the relationship once you get to that point. And I'm seeing somebody potentially that you would have like a high level intuitive connection with, maybe even a psychic connection. Definitely a lot of similarities that you have with this person. This is something that would need to be developed if it's something that you're interested in working on with this person. Like, I'm seeing you guys definitely divinely brought together, but you have to always remember too, it's always a choice. Like, there's not just like me personally, I don't believe that it's just like one be all end all person, and if it doesn't work out, like you'll never find love again. This is like an opportunity that I'm seeing that's opening itself up for you, Scorpio, and there's immense potential here. You also may want to be wary because I'm looking at some Neptune energy here, and sometimes when we have Neptune, there's a sense of like things being all dreamy and wonderful in the beginning, and then that kind of wearing off and you actually being able to see someone for who they are. And like maybe when it's revealed you do appreciate who they are, but also maybe when it's revealed you understand you're not compatible with this person. But this is about allowing the natural process to flow through and not committing to something too early. This is about being present in the moment with that person and going through, again, the natural progression of what this relationship is. Because I'm seeing potentially it can lead to something serious and committed with this individual, something you feel spiritually connected with, especially like intuitively, psychically connected with this person. Like you definitely have something really strongly energetically going on with them, but it's a matter of patiently working through this process and getting to know this person and allowing things to unfold as they are meant to. Because it's like, if you're cutting corners and trying to get to the end, there are pieces that you're going to miss. And like, what if you write off a whole like relationship with someone based off of like some hypothetical sequence that you're thinking of? So this is about like, again, being present and being in the moment and like asking questions when it is appropriate to be. It's like, you know, when you first meet somebody, you don't like generally get into like extremely like deep, controversial, intimate things like within the first second of meeting them. This is about understanding as well. Like usually when we meet with people, it's interesting that this is coming through. The way that the chakras are set up, usually when we meet someone, we discuss things that pertain to like the first two, maybe even going up into the third chakra, like those types of situations. It's like people's backgrounds, where they came from, like demographic stuff, family of origin, things like that. And then you like work yourself up into like other things as it elevates through the chakras. So that is like how connections begin, and how we also can connect with someone like root chakra to root chakra, and like sacral to sacral, and like solar plexus to solar plexus. It's like how you go up and connect with people through the chakras. And sometimes automatically other chakras are connected with people, but there's a sense of still needing to like work the ladder of chakras up with people when we meet them in order to have a full balanced connection with them of equal give and take and flow and energy. And that is how we create the strongest bonds with people. So starting from the top, I'm looking at the sun, which is Leo. I'm looking at Saturn, which is Capricorn. I'm looking at the moon. I'm looking at Neptune, which is Pisces. I'm looking at Sagittarius, and I'm looking at Gemini. All right, my friends, we are going to end it here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.